You're running late. The kids are already in the car, but you just remembered you need to print something before you leave. You run into your home office and find your significant other at the desk, deep into something. You need the printer for just 2 minutes. You say, "Hey, can I use the printer real quick?" You get a pause, a look, "Just give me 1 second." That turns into 5 minutes you don't have as you hear yelling coming from the car. If you rewind this situation and make one tiny change to how you ask, your odds of a quick yes jump from 60% to 93%. A Harvard study figured out exactly what that change is, and once you know it, you'll use it everywhere. Today, we're breaking down the power of because, what it is, why your brain responds to it the way it does, what the research says, and 3 ways to put because to work so you can start getting more yeses starting today. Researchers call this heuristic processing. A heuristic is a mental shortcut. Your brain is running hundreds of small decisions every hour, and it cannot give full attention to every single one of them. So it uses patterns. One of the most deeply wired patterns goes like this: request plus a reason equals you comply. When someone asks you for something and follows it with the word because, your brain registers that as a reason exists. On low-stakes requests, it doesn't stop to audit what the reason actually is, it just approves it. A 1978 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology titled, "The Mindlessness, Ostensibly Thoughtful Action, the Role of Placebic Information in Interpersonal Interaction," set out to test exactly how far that shortcut goes. Harvard psychologist Ellen Langler had researchers cut in line at a copy machine on a university campus. 3 versions of the ask were tested. Version 1, no reason was given. 60% of the people said yes. Version 2, because I'm in a rush. 94% said yes. And here's where it gets a little strange. Version 3, because I have to make copies. That's not a reason. Everyone in that line is there to make copies. It's the verbal equivalent of saying, because I asked. 93% said yes anyway. The non-reason performed almost identical to the real one. Then they tested the same conditions with a bigger ask, 20 pages instead of 5. This time, only the genuine reason held up. The nonsense reason stopped working. So the shortcut has a threshold. For small asks, because does the heavy lifting almost all on its own. For bigger asks, the brain wakes up and checks. But either way, because opens the door. You just need something real behind it when the stakes go up. Here's 3 tips on how to use the power of because to get more yeses. First, add because to every small ask because you're leaving yeses on the table. See what I did there? Most of us drop the reason on small requests because we assume people will just say yes. That assumption is costing you. Can you grab that on your way home? Gets a shrug. Can you grab that on the way home? Because I won't have time to do it before dinner. Gets a yes and a nod. The reason barely matters, but because signals that you've thought about it, and that's enough for the brain to wave it through. You'll get fewer pauses, fewer hang-ons, and fewer requests that quietly die without an answer. Your second tip? When the stakes are higher, make your because earn its keep. For bigger asks, like shifting a deadline, asking someone to take something on, making the case for more resources, because still helps, but the reason has to hold up. Can we push the Friday deadline to Monday? Because the vendor data isn't in yet. That opens the door. Or, can we push the Friday deadline to Monday? Because I need more time. That's going to get you polite resistance. Before a higher stakes ask, spend 30 seconds on the real reason. What's actually driving this? Because the approval chain has 3 people in it and 2 are traveling this week, is specific enough to move someone. Vague reasons are going to get you stalled. Specific ones get doors opened. And your third tip? Use because to get your own brain on board. This one works on yourself, not just other people. When you're avoiding a task, stalling on a decision, or negotiating your way out of a workout, the reason you give yourself matters just as much. I'm doing this report now because if I don't, Friday becomes a scramble and my weekend pays the price. Your brain responds to that the same way a stranger in line does. Give it a reason with weight, and it stops negotiating with you. The next time you're stalling, don't push harder. Give yourself a better because. Your brain isn't lazy. It's efficient. It built a shortcut decades ago that says, reason present, comply. Most people never think to use it deliberately. Add because to your next ask and see what happens. Your move.